So how do I use Todoist on a day-to-day basis? Now that's the question I'm answering in this week's episode of Working with Todoist. Hello and welcome to another episode of my Working with Todoist series. My name is Pullein, and in this week's episode I'm going to show you how I use my Todoist on a day-to-day basis. Now last week I showed you how I have my Todoist set up. This week I'm going to show you how I actually use it on a day-to-day basis. And the key part to this is Todoist is not micromanaging my day. I don't need any to-do list manager to micromanage my day because I make sure that every day has a purpose. I make sure that when I start my day, I know exactly what it is I want to get accomplished that day. What Todoist does, and to be honest with you, any to-do list manager should be doing for you, is picking up the loose ends, the bits that are easily forgotten, those daily routines that are not particularly meaningful, but just need doing anyway every single day just to keep life running smoothly. And anyway, that's what I want to show you this week. Now, before I go any further, I would just like to say, if you do get any value from this video, I would be most grateful if you would hit that little like button below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, and you want to get all the latest tips and tricks and news about Todoist, then please subscribe to my channel. Okay, let me take you into my Todoist now, my real Todoist, and show you how I use it on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so to clear up a lot of the questions that I get about my setup in Todoist, what I thought I would do this week is show you how I use Todoist on a day-to-day basis. Now, as I said in the introduction, Todoist is not telling me about everything I need to do every single day. That's simply because I do my Golden 10 planning the night before. I know exactly what I need to get done the next day because I have pre-planned it. I've looked at my calendar, I've looked at my Todoist, I have decided what tasks have a priority the next day. I very, very rarely need to open Todoist until round about lunchtime on any given day because the morning I've already pre-scheduled. I really want to, to use the words of Brian Tracy, I really want to get my frog eaten and get the priority tasks out of the way. But let's say now it's after lunch, actually looking at the time, it already is, it's now 3:15 in the afternoon. So I'm looking at my Todoist. Now, as you can see, as I've been doing my Golden 10, today I've got it down to just one thing is left. Now, to be fair, on a Friday and a Saturday, I very rarely have 10 things to do. What I tend to do is I preload my week, so to speak. So Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, sure, I have got myself in a very, very busy state. I try to complete as much as I possibly can at the beginning of the week so I can have an easier run in toward the end of the week. And it also allows me time then to catch up with anything that may have overrun or that I may need some extra time for. So as you can see, today is to complete the YouTube video recording. And then tomorrow morning, I've got my daily priming, which will be at 6 a.m. I've got to send out my C.O.D complete emails, and I'm going to upload the videos to my Apple productivity course to Skillshare tomorrow morning. So it's down as tomorrow afternoon, but it will be done tomorrow morning. So essentially that's what it is. But let's just say I've done all my tasks for the day. What am I going to do? Well, if I go into my today view, you will see that what's pretty much left are routines. The routines that I have to do on a daily, weekly or monthly basis. And that's really the way I like it. I've got a one here, which is scheduled tweets on Buffer, which is to do with my social media campaigns. But if you look down here, essentially all this is my routines for today. So I could just do routines, let's just say routines. Oh, I need to be able to spell routines and today. And just hit that. And it's I always do that. At routines. And today. So these are all the things that are left for today. These are my routine tasks. Now, if you look at them, update Henry's timesheet. That's actually a weekly a task that I have to do. Reply to all comments and messages, and clean up my email action today folder. Update my subscriber number list. Update income report, and clean up my read review folders in notes, which is a weekly task. Now, none of these things here are what I would describe as essential. I mean, if I don't do them today, it's not the end of the world. It's not a big problem, and I can easily catch up tomorrow. Tomorrow being Saturday is a much easier day anyway, so there's no pressure. However, I do like to get these little routines, tasks done before I complete my day. Now, the key here is, why do I use Todoist if I'm already pre-planning what I need to do on a daily basis? Well, the main reason is that I like to know what I've done each day. You know, you can get to like 6 or 8 p.m. toward the end of the day, and you've forgotten, have I done this? Or did I do that? And this tells me what I've done or what I haven't done. And you know what? If I had just started to do these tasks right now, these update Henry's, there's 6 tasks left, I could probably give myself 30 minutes and I could get these all completed. I could then go and put my feet up, turn on the TV, and just enjoy the rest of the day. I don't need to do that, but that's essentially what I could do. But I've got these videos have got to be completed, and that's my last thing that I need to do today, which is today's part. It's actually one of our objectives today as well, and it's left in my today's focus. So really, the key to me using Todoist is how I use these projects here. So the active projects, yep, they're sure enough, those are projects which I showed you last week. My tickler file is coming up as and when it needs to come up. So as you can see, the dates are in there, and I can just D to bring it all up. So this is just going to come in, and single actions, which is nothing in there at the moment. But my routines is essentially the key to everything. This all comes up, and they're all labeled as with to-do routines, because then I can filter them out and I don't need to see them. As I say, these are not essential tasks, but these are the tasks that I actually just need to make sure are done because they're just part of my daily life. My areas of focus, again, they're going to come up on a daily basis. So all the various things are in there. Areas of mastery, as I mentioned last week, and my someday maybe. So essentially, what is driving my day? If I go to my dashboard, what's really driving my day is essentially the routines and the project tasks. Now, Todoist really comes into its own when I do the weekly review, because that's when I'm really paying attention to my active projects, because those are the ones I need to be aware of any time sensitivity. I can then date them. So that means that when I do my golden 10, and as I think I've mentioned to you guys before about my golden 10, essentially what I'm looking for in the golden 10 is what I want to see, bring up the filter, is the next day, i.e. tomorrow, and not P4. So anything that I flagged in my weekly review as being important will come up, and then I've got a second check, if you like, after the weekly review that allows me to see and make decisions about what I want to complete tomorrow. And the key for me is to keep it as low as I possibly can. I've got essentially a day at home tomorrow. I'm working from home, and I'm only allowing myself in the golden 10 just 3 things tomorrow. Now that might change because I may have a few other things when I do my golden 10 this evening. I may be think, well, I've got plenty of time. Let's get this completed. Let's get that completed. But there's no pressure on me. When it gets to Monday, I'll probably have 10 tasks, 2 objectives, and 8 focus tasks to do each week. And really, that's what I wanted to show you today, because every time I do my setup videos, I always get questions about, how do I use it on a daily basis? Well, essentially, Todoist is almost like a planning tool for me. It's not something that I'm using on a day-to-day basis in the fact that it's open and it's telling me what to do next, because I've already planned that. I've scheduled time on my calendar to do the work, and that is the key. So when I look at my calendar, so as you can see from Monday here, I have essentially my writing time, which I've got scheduled, which is between 8 and 10 a.m. And like on Tuesday, I will have writing time between 10 and 11 a.m. So these are scheduled in amongst my appointments that I actually have for tomorrow. So this is really a key part of where I'm at when it comes to scheduling my day. But essentially, this is all you need to know, is that Todoist is really working for me as a planning tool for the next day, and I really wouldn't open Todoist probably until lunchtime on the day. Of course, I'm collecting all the time into Todoist, which is why, as you can see up here, I've got 4 items in my inbox which I've collected today, and so these are the things that I really want to do. But essentially, apart from that, Todoist is not open until lunchtime because I'm doing the golden 10 the night before. And I really want to stress that when you spend that 10 to 15 minutes at the end of the day planning the next day, your days will become much less stressed, much less overwhelmed, and you will be focused on the things that are truly important to you. Hopefully, I've given you a lot there to think about, to mull over, and maybe discover for yourself about how you can get the most out of Todoist. It just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week. Thank you very much for watching this video. Now, have I got something special to tell you about? The Time and Life Mastery version 3 course has launched. Now, this course is transformative. It will transform your life. If you find that your life is drifting from one day to the next and that you feel that you're not actually achieving your goals, then this course is going to show you how to change that. It's going to show you how to identify what is truly important to you. It's going to show you how to find what it is you want out of life, and then show you the steps that you need to take in order to get there. This course is amazing. The feedback I've got from versions 1 and version 2 have just been tremendous. It has helped so many people, and I want this opportunity to tell you that it can do the same for you. I hope you will take a look at the course, have a go, take the course, and start transforming your life today. This course will do that for you. Take a look, get yourself enrolled, and hopefully I'll see you in the course.